What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. Sorry for the wait. Listen, man, it's been crazy these last couple of days. I've been trying to get up with the people. I was on a slight vacation on the low. I was out on a family reunion type trip. We was out in Jacksonville, Florida. If anybody ever been to the Jacksonville area, it was crazy. Just for the people joining me, I was out in Jacksonville at a family reunion, so I crazily, crazy me, pardon me, left my damn computer at home, but it was an amazing trip. The seafood out in Jacksonville is crazy. We're going to get into the topic. Shout out to, I just want to talk to the people that, probably was like, where the fuck flight at? Where flight? Where? Feel me? I was making a couple of moves and all that. Took the kids out there. You know how it is, man. Lovely trip. Jacksonville is popping. Shout out anybody from the Florida area. It's crazy. But let's get into it, man. Lonzo Ball is halftime right now at this Bucks game. Shout out Rave Kingdom. He in the building early. Listen, Lonzo Ball will dominate free agency coming this summer. And I'm going to give you numerous reasons why. Before we do that, hit that like button and most definitely hit that subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV. Listen up. Listen, Lonzo, like I stated before, he's connected to all of this. Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers looking like they're going to propel themselves over the top against the Utah Jazz. I got the Clippers taking out the Jazz in that series. Mind you, Lonzo Ball is going to get mixed and screwed in all of it. And I'm going to tell you why. Listen, Lonzo Ball is going to get a mega deal due to the fact of there's not a lot of good free agents coming this summer. Yeah, you got Lowry, you got possibly Chris Paul, but these are all possibles. We know how all the things are shaping up. The reports coming out from David Griffin. Not David Griffin. I think it was Brian Windhurst. He was talking about stating how Lonzo Ball is not a real strong interest, that the Pelicans are going to fight to re-sign him. So the writing is on the wall. Like I said, my man in the building, FPV, he said that the Clippers in 7. It is what it is. I think even if the Clippers lose in the conference finals, which I don't see them doing, I think there'll be a terrible matchup for the Clippers. For the Suns, due to that experience. They match up very well. They just been dealing with a bad hand. Chris Paul's a little underage. Somebody be able to hold him. They're going to do something about Devin Booker, okay? And we already seen how they're facing against they can't wait to get the hell out of this round against what's my man's name? The center out there with the Jazz, Gobert. They can't wait to get the hell away from Gobert. Gobert's shutting everything down. So imagine what he's going to do to DeAndre Ayton. That'll be lunch. That'll be lunch money for them. But let's see what happens with this Bucks series. I ain't gonna lie, if the Bucks mess around and beat the Nets, I think the Bucks can mess around and win it all. Man, they've been fighting for years. I think whoever they meet up in the West, they could beat them. They just dealing with a bad hand. They'll be all right once they get out of this round with against these dudes. The Nets, it's crazy. But Lonzo's connected. So due to the fact that not many free agents out there, Lonzo's going to be a big name. So that's why a lot of people are discussing signing trades for Lonzo. I think it could be an all-out signing on a dotted line. Look out for the New York Knicks. I'm going to keep stating that due to the fact that the money situation is going to be crazy. What's going on, Rave? Rave, you in the building? No, it sounds like we're having some technical difficulties. You got to hit your mute button, man. But like I stated, so I'm looking for Lonzo to get in the mid to 20 millions, maybe like 22. I don't know what it's going to take, but you definitely going to have to put up some money to pry him away from the Pelicans to make him a little uncomfortable. It says Lonzo to Atlanta with Trey. I don't think they got the money. They'll have to move some things around. Let's see what they do with Collins. But I don't see that they need Lonzo Ball in Atlanta. They could use another wing player. They could use a guy on the wing, wheeling and dealing type shit. Pause. things of that nature. I could see that they could get somebody like a DeMar DeRozan. They need another guy, who could finish for them. It seems like it's Trey Young or nothing. It's either he got to score it or he got to facilitate. So if they could get another guy who can just hit shots and then open the game up for him, so Atlanta is on their way, and hopefully they can get some guys in there. They got to re-sign Collins, but let's see what they do, because it'll be Lonzo and Collins, to be honest with you, in terms of like free agents. But I see Collins re-signing with Atlanta. That's what kind of take the speculation out of the Collins situation. Collins is going to be a free agent similar to the Lonzo Ball. I believe it's restricted just like Lonzo. But, I believe Atlanta, they got to take care of Collins. He ain't going nowhere. So Lonzo's going somewhere. I don't see the Pelicans re-signing him. I believe the Knicks, possibly the Bulls. You'll know once the season come around and teams that we believe potentially could land Lonzo, pause, look for them to start making moves, just like they done cleared up some cap space. They traded him to such and such for a future second round pick, or they just got off some guys, just to make room. Look for the Bulls to make some way like that happen, because I think they have some money, but they don't have enough money to compete with the Knicks and even other teams like that. I'm not sure. Look for Miami to make moves to create salary space, because Miami got to make moves. So if it's a sign and trade, it could be a numerous amount of teams, but I see the Pelicans signing him to a deal probably in the upwards of the 20 million, then trading him for assets. I can see that happening with Lonzo. But hopefully he goes to the Knicks. It says the Knicks need him. The ownership, though. I mean, the ownership has been fine, man. I think that's just a bad stereotype that we ain't gonna never be able to shake. It makes absolutely no sense. It doesn't. It says Knicks need him, not owner. This dude is crazy. What's going on, Trow? Shout out my man Trow here in the building. So look for a situation like that to happen. I believe it's Laurie Markkinen out there with the Bulls. That could be a situation in the works where it could be a Lonzo Markkinen sign and trade, possibly some other pieces. But the Pelicans seem to be okay with letting Lonzo walk. We must remember that, because you see the situation. They have all these guards. I believe it's just like how the Lakers did Lonzo. They traded Lonzo to the Pelicans, and they had Rondo there just to keep him. Rondo became that point guard until eventually they moved him on. But Rondo was holding it down. So look for a situation where Eric Bledsoe it takes that mantle up there where there is no other. They'll put another two guard next to him. They got to upgrade this roster with or without Lonzo. Understand, if Lonzo did come back, they're going to still have to upgrade this roster. This roster need to be moved around, especially for him. Maybe get a better center, trade Adams. There's things that need to get done. Possibly trade Adams, get off some of these guards. Get Bledsoe out of there. Get, see what you can get from Nikhil. I mean, shit. I mean, for real. You really need to go out there and possibly get a plan. It is what it is. Rave Kingdom. Rave, what's up? I'm sorry, we have technical difficulties. We can't hear you. But yeah, man. Sorry for the trouble, y'all. But like I stated, Lonzo going to the Knicks, man, that's gonna be the best option for Lonzo Ball. Possibly the Clippers if they keep all the players intact. I like that. I like that move. But wherever he goes, he needs to be in the right situation. He doesn't need to go to another situation where he's like it with the Pelicans, where there's an influx of guards competing, and it's nothing solidified. At this point, Lonzo Ball needs to be solidified. He is a starting point guard, but he's still not able to really do the things that make him great. And that's what cheats Lonzo Ball. That's what cheats all of us as fans. And we got to witness this bullshit that's been taking place for years. But some shit got to stop. You understand? There's a lot of people that, has disrespect Lonzo Ball. I think they're going to be real pissed off in a couple of weeks, really. This season almost over. You understand? We're about to be in the conference finals in a couple of days. You understand? You see, Phoenix they made it to the conference finals. June right around the corner. It was gonna be a big July. You understand? Whenever free agency start. And I'm gonna be right here when it all go down. You understand? When Lonzo go sign that 4 year such and such, like I stated, possibly going to the Knicks. Everybody gonna have to come here and pay homage. Everybody know that. It's Flight Sports TV. I called it. You understand? Lonzo gonna get a $20+ million deal. With the Pelicans, either signing and trading them, or possibly just signing with a team outright. But I think it would be more likely to sign with a team outright. That's why I think the Bulls are gonna have to create some space. Yeah, I understand the situation they did online with Zach LaVine and this, that, and the third. That was all nice and all, but listen, they have to create some space. Look for if the Bulls trade somebody. And it's like, what the hell do? They release somebody, and you'd be like, whoa, they just created some extra money. Let's see what they do. Maybe they can pay Lonzo all right. Maybe, I don't know. But I believe the Knicks may have the most money to pay him. Are they going to offer him a max deal? I don't know. I'm actually getting interested in this Lonzo and Laker reunion. Rave, your connection is all screwed up. I don't know what happened. It's like when you're talking, you're not. It's all messed up. But yeah, man, the Lonzo Laker reunion, you can't rule anything out. You understand? Because Rich Paul is his agent. He's heavily connected. You understand? So this is what goes on in the politics of the league. You understand? Players are talking right now as we speak. Not just Lonzo. Other teams and players are speaking. You don't think LeBron making calls? You don't think AD out there making calls? I'm just saying, you don't think Bradley Beal getting contacted? You don't think Karl Anthony Towns' phone ringing off the hook? Somebody might be calling for D'Lo. You understand? So it's going down. You understand? So it is what it is. But Lonzo Ball will get solidified in the offense. But the Knicks, I'm not just saying this as a fan, y'all. Lonzo Ball in New York. People may say him in Charlotte. Let's take a quick situation on the situation between the Knicks and the Charlotte Hornets. I want to talk about this for like a few minutes. You understand? A lot of people want him to go to Charlotte. What he does in Charlotte, yeah, it'll be nice. They gonna have to very overachieve in Charlotte if he was to go there. You understand? And another thing, if he did go to Charlotte, if Michael Jordan and the organization is in on it, all bets are off. Okay, fine. Maybe they fooled us all. Maybe that's the plan to get Lonzo over there. Lonzo has proved to be a solid player, so if they went in there like, hey, we should get Lonzo Ball, I don't think it'll be a retarded situation. It's not like you bringing in Thanos Antetokounmpo or some shit like that. You understand? This is Lonzo Ball. You understand? So if LaMelo's in there pushing that, I don't think it's gonna fall on deaf ears. You understand? So, but they would really have. Let's see how it works. But I think that's a serious long shot. Pause. You understand? The Knicks is the more likely equation to happen. Number one, the Charlotte Hornets are dealing with a log jam at itself. Look at the possibility for the people that want him to go to Charlotte. Just think for 2 goddamn minutes. You understand? For real, there is no room for Lonzo Ball. They need to improve this roster on another front. They need a center. They don't need to go out and get a point guard. You just drafted a point guard. You got 2 goddamn point guards that think they should be starting. You're gonna have to trade one. You need to get a wing, and you definitely need to upgrade that center position, because that center position, they need a lob threat out there in Charlotte. You understand? That they need to Clint Capella type. They need to try to get their hands on somebody like that. But Knicks, I'm telling you, whatever he does in New York, it's gonna be like 30 times magnified. What he do in Charlotte, that might be nice, but what he do in New York? Did you see Julius Randle? People's out here treating Julius like he was an MVP candidate. They was comparing him to Carmelo Anthony. What a disgrace. You know, so they was comparing him to some crazy shit, the Linsanity. You understand? I'm not just saying that Lonzo will be lightning in a bottle or it'll be like a flash. I think Lonzo has that clutch gene, in my opinion. I think Lonzo could go out there and perform in a duress in a screwed up environment in New York. I think Lonzo could rise to the occasion out there. I think he would have to learn how it all works. But I think Lonzo off the court, he could be a goddamn megastar. The big baller brand could come back. LeVar could come. He could take over the city. You understand? Spike Lee, Hot 97, Power 105. I mean, I'm telling you, New York is the media capital of the world. And Lonzo in New York, possibly adding someone else, even if they just sign Lonzo, you got all of these goddamn trade assets. You can still go get somebody. Who's to say they don't go get Damian Lillard still to have Lonzo? Who's to say that? Not to say I would want that, but I'm just saying. The Knicks got all the options on the table to do something crazy. They could possibly trade for Dame, and then who knows? They got cap space. Man, the Knicks. Listen, the Knicks is in a crazy situation. You say, yeah, Charlotte ain't a good spot. I'm just saying, it's really not. I know people like just out of the just, hey, I want him in Charlotte. I want him in Charlotte. I want him in Charlotte too, but I just don't feel like that's gonna maximize his potential. You understand? I'm not feeling they got some decent guys out there. You got Miles Bridges, and you got goddamn PJ Washington. I like some of those guys out there, but that's not very much else. And the way they performed in that goddamn playing, oh man, your turn, my turn, ball out there, man, that shit was crazy. You understand? That team need to get fixed. They don't need a point guard. They need to have LaMelo play point, get a two guard in there. That's what they need. They need to trade the 2 point guards and then go get somebody else. They need to go get like a two guard or something. Try to get like somebody solid next to LaMelo. But I don't. Let's see what happens next year. They could be going in the same situation with this log jam. Possibly go get another point guard. Watch. And I don't know what the NBA delaying this goddamn Rookie of the Year situation. It should have been announced. I think the NBA trying to figure out a way to justify giving it to goddamn Anthony Edwards. Watch. But it's going to be crazy. They're going to say it was close, but we had to give it to Anthony Edwards. And you got people in the media justifying it. It was clearly Anthony Edwards. Watch. That's what they're going to be saying. But I think LaMelo Ball is the Rookie of the Year. I like LaMelo Ball's game. I'm believe it or not, I'm a big fan. I ain't got no problem with LaMelo. I just think that Lonzo needs to be in his own situation. I think they need to do that shit later on down the line. Possibly the next contract for Lonzo. Let Lonzo do whatever he gonna do in New York, see what happens. And then in the next 4 years, then okay, cool. You'll still be in your prime. Then you can go to Charlotte team up. Maybe they're in a different situation then. Maybe their game's more aligned. You understand? They're still young players. They need to find it on their own. They don't need to team up, especially out there in Charlotte. How you know that the organization is going to be backing them? You got Michael Jordan still controlling shit out there. He's still a shadow general manager, believe it or not. They got Mitch Kupchak in there. So I'm just saying. This team hasn't shown that they're gonna spend. The Knicks, they got a billionaire owner. Every owner is a billionaire, but I'm talking about, come on, we talking big billions over here, man. I'm telling you, they can make a proposition for Lonzo, LeVar, and the family. Shit, they can go get, and LaMelo need to bring his ass to New York and go get Zion too. Shit, let's build for the future. You understand? So that's what it is. You want a dream, it could be that dream, but it's got to be in New York. Whatever happens in New York, it's going to be magnified. Lonzo will be a god in New York, a basketball god in New York. I'm telling you. All he got to do is go out there and knock down a couple of threes every night, facilitate the offense on some Jason Kidd, throw back, LeBron type shit, passing, potentially a triple-double threat every night, defend like a motherfucker. He'll be a star in New York. You understand? That's all he got to do. You understand? He ain't got to be Rucker Park Kyrie Irving, I think that'll come, but it don't have to be right away. You understand? So it is what it is. That's all Lonzo got to do. Because nobody in New York gives a damn about the Brooklyn Nets. Win, lose, or draw, even if they win the chip. You think the Knicks can pick up Jello as well? I think they can make a proposition for him. Who knows? The Knicks are kind of running a kind of good organization. Maybe they can get Jello out there in Charlotte. The Knicks is kind of a little further ahead in the development of the organization than Charlotte is. The Knicks is clearly a step ahead in the rebuild. You understand? Charlotte could possibly be out of the playoffs next year. Teams will be better next season. You don't know what's going to happen in the summer, who's going where. Teams will be back. Miami will be back. There's going to be teams going to be back. You understand? The Pacers are going to be better. You understand? So let's see what happens. How you feel about Lonzo and the Lakers reunion? I'm not the Lonzo Laker reunion. That'll be cool. I think Lonzo fits there because I think Lonzo should have never left. You understand? Lonzo should have been there and they should have gave up Kuzma. It really made no sense to give up Lonzo being that you just drafted him. But I understand the situation. But I wish it would have been a different result. I wish Lonzo would have been able to stay and then, move forward from there. But hey, shit happens. It's Flight Sports TV. Should be happening. You think the Knicks can pick up? That shit is crazy, dog. But Lonzo gonna dominate. Get in the comment section after this video. Get these likes up, and then let's talk about the money that he's gonna get. Put all that in the comment section. Let's talk. Let's politic. We'll be back on later on tonight. And for the people that was like where the hell I was at, I told you I was out in the Jacksonville area at a little family reunion. Shit was crazy. Whoever from the Florida area, that's what's up. I asked about the reunion because reports are coming out as, yeah, man, it's crazy. There's reports everywhere. Lonzo are going to be in all kind of reports. I'm telling you, every week is going to be something else. Every week. But the money talks. The money, I believe, is going to be the deciding factor. And if somebody else had the most money and it was a glaring need for them, I would be like, hey, it's that team's gonna pick them out. But it's just so happened to be the Knicks got all the money this summer, and it's just a glaring need for a point guard, and I just don't see them just passing up Lonzo. 23 years old, I don't see it. They wanted LaMelo, you understand? Why not Lonzo? I don't get it. Julius will vouch for him. He'll help Julius. The team would just go to astronomical heights. Pause. You understand? But this damn Milwaukee series, I tell you what, if Milwaukee win tonight, this series is over. They're not walking out of Milwaukee with that win. It's going to have to take a heroic performance from Kevin Durant. But, they're going to have to put up, 60. One of them got to go up for 45, 50 or some shit up there in Milwaukee. If they're out there playing games, it's over. And this is going to be a blemish on Kevin Durant's resume. Because he always looking for help. You understand? This dude begged hard to come back. We thought he was going to play by himself. This dude can't never play by himself. Randall can speak good word for lines. I'm trying to tell you. Randall is right now kind of, they're going to have to re-sign Randall. So how much money, I don't know. But they're gonna re-sign him. So look for Lonzo to really take over the Knicks roster at the point guard position. Dealing with Alfred Payton, the list goes on. It's a mess. Lonzo will finally be in a position where he's the point guard, no debate. And that's where he needs to go, New York City. So Lonzo Ball will dominate the free agency this summer due to the fact of where he'll be going and also the money that he'll be signing. That's going to be all over the talk shows in the world. I'm telling you, radio shows. Oh, did you see what he just got? Oh, man. Shit, so I should be getting to watch. Watch. What's going to happen? But everybody hit that like button. Most definitely hit that subscribe button. It's Flight Sports TV. We're getting up out.